Okay. I think I figured it out this time, y'all. Okay, I think I did. I think I'm in the right place. So if any of you all are out there, please let me know I am in the right place. Yes, it says Nickquolette Berry is live now in the Society of Elite Resume Writers and Coaches. Woo, woo. And it's so funny, you all. Ian said to make sure that I am going live in the right group. Hey, Kareem, you should see me trying to figure out to make sure that I was in the right group. And I literally just finished going over a quality assurance with one of my clients, and she said, "I know you got to go at 6." I'm like, "Yeah." So we hurried up going through her documents and everything, and I said, "Okay, I got to make sure I do this right." So I am so excited. I finally got it right. Yay! Okay, here's some of my lessons, y'all. I'm telling you, thinking about what I have learned. And I think I want to see if I can share my screen. I'm gonna get real fancy. If I can share my screen, oh my gosh, then I am all the rage at that point, right? So let me see, how do I share my screen? Because I did like a little PowerPoint for y'all too. Isn't that cool? I did a PowerPoint. Can y'all believe it? I did a PowerPoint for this alive. I do it all the time for other stuff, but for a live. Now, how do I share my screen? I'm telling y'all. Ah, let me see. Insights. I don't need insights. Now, why is it not letting me share my screen? Okay. I need to share my screen. Y'all, what the heck? I'm trying to learn this stuff. Okay. So, I don't want to distribute anything. Oh, God dog it. Okay. So, anyway, I'm going to tell y'all what I'm going to do. So, it says expand video. I can do that. But I am so excited. Hey, Nairobi. I'm telling y'all, there's so many lessons that I have actually learned by being in business for 10 years as a resume writer for the majority of that time, and then later as a coach, as a career coach. And I see a lot of comments in our group and everything, and I want to try, especially for some of our newbies who are just getting started, or some of ours who are doing contract work, but they are aspiring to do their own business. I want to talk about some of the things that I had to learn, the hard lessons that I have had to learn over the 10 years that I really want you all to avoid and also do. So it's going to be some of the mistakes that I've made, as well as some of the things that I don't want you all, some of the things I want you all to do. And one of the things that I just talked to someone, that person will be remain nameless, who said, "I know you're going to give me, but I'm going to tell you this anyway. I did release my work before getting paid." So, number one, never turn over your work product, your proprietary writing, before getting paid. And we should know that we've seen a lot of that in the groups, right? Giving up work before getting paid. Let me first tell you my own story, because, I'm new in business. I don't know. I'm a corporate head. I don't know anything about business from that perspective. I did some little things on the side. Yes, I sold Avon. Yes, I sold Mary Kay. And I even sold scrapbook stuff. But I really didn't sell anything. I was part of the groups, and I just, bought the stuff for myself. So I really didn't. I really wasn't in business because I bought all my own product. But anyway, so therefore, I didn't really know how to be in business. So, as a newbie, you're trusting. So you want, like, okay, they seem like a nice person. So and so referred this person to me. So I'm going to trust them, and I'm going to trust them, and all this kind of stuff. Well, that doesn't always work. Just because you trusted that individual because they made a referral, you can't hold them accountable for that person's character. So therefore, yes, I released work without getting paid and had to keep chasing the person until it was like, you know what, I have to abandon it. I lost out on that, my time of doing it. Shame on that person for doing it. I don't know whatever happened to that person. Hopefully they never got the job or whatever. I don't care. But it's a shame on them for to put somebody through that, especially when they know you're a small business. It's a serious, at that point, it was like a true side hustle. I was just trying to get, man, I couldn't get my nails done this week. So it's my manicure and my pedicure. So yes, I released my work And so, in addition to that, just another caveat about not making sure that you get your payment. So, if you decide to do, for example, a payment plan, which some people, especially these days, are more apt to do because of the economy, that's fine as well. Just make sure that you put in your contract and you tell them upfront verbally, yes, you can do a payment plan and get started by sending me all of your information. However, I will not get started on your project until I receive final payment. Now, I've heard some people start working and then they can't, the people ghost them after they've completed all this work. They can't get the other part of the money. I would not touch, for me, I would not touch a client's project until I receive final payment. Now, I'm going to go a little bit corporate on you. Here's one of the reasons why I do that. In my corporation, in the insurance industry, you all pay premiums, right? You pay premiums to the insurance company. Now, although you may have paid your 6 month premium, that's out of your pocket that you've given to the organization. The organization does not count that money paid until it has been earned. For example, so if you're in the 6 month and you've only had your insurance policy for the first month, we've only earned 30 days of that premium. We still have your money over here in our bank account, accruing interest, waiting on the next time we earn it. So that taught me to make sure that I don't spend any money that I receive from my clients, even if it's 50% on a payment plan, until it's totally in my account. And here's another thing that I do: I don't count that earn until that fourth day when they're fully satisfied. Like what I just did a quality assurance review. I'm going to finalize her documents. She's got to send me something else, but finalize those documents. Once I give her the final documents, she has 3 additional days. This is how I run my business, to give me any additional edits. On that fourth day, it is final. At that fourth day, I count that money earned. I do not spend people's money because they can, do a charge back. They can, thank God I've never had that. They can do a charge back. They can say, I want my money back. And now you've already spent the money. You can't even give it back. And here's another sad story. Now, I just thought about this. My daughter's friend just bought a cute little puppy. The puppy is deathly sick. Literally, she's only had the dog for a week and already racked up $1,300 worth of medical bills. And the doctor said in a couple of days the dog would die. Literally, y'all, it is breaking our heart. So we told her, you need to go back to the breeder and get your money back. And they said, oh, to be honest, I don't have money to pay you, but I can give you another dog. He spent the money. You got to at least give it some time to make sure that the owner still wants that dog. Same with you. Before you spend that money, make sure it's totally earned and yours. That's how the insurance company does it, whether you know this or not, because you could cancel your policy and then get a refund. And the companies will be able to give you a refund because they didn't count it that they earned it anyway, because they didn't earn it as of now. They can give that money to you right away because it's not, they haven't put it in their budget or their operation expenses or anything because it has not been earned. Now, those 2 months that you've used and we've covered you, you ain't getting that back. So, therefore, you got to make sure that you're being fiscally sound by making sure that you get your money, number one, upfront, if that is your policy, or if you decide to do a payment plan, do not touch their stuff. Don't touch it until you get your last payment in the bank. And then you start working on their stuff because you can't get your time back. I know sometimes you say, well, I'm managing all these projects. I want to get a head start. What if they ghost you? I just saw that in our group. Somebody ghosted somebody, paid 50%. Now they can't even find the person, but you put all that work in. I wouldn't do any of that. So mind your business by not doing anything until you get your money fully, period. I've learned that lesson. I released stuff. And another thing, on a caveat on that as well, I've even given people quote unquote samples of what I've done and they've taken it and used it. Like, no, don't do any of that. But that number one point is, do not release your work. And a subset of that, do not begin work until you got 100% of your money in your pocket. Once you're finished with your actual client project and they're 100% satisfied with everything, Then you can move that money over to say, I have earned this money. It now goes into my operating expenses, my profit, however you divide up your money. Okay. That's number one. Number two, um, hire help. It took me forever. And when I did, and then I didn't hire help the right way. So I hired a virtual assistant, and then she basically fired me. Let me tell you why. She was a sweetheart. She was like, you know what, you don't know how to use a virtual assistant as of yet, because I would pay her. I had her on a stipend, a monthly stipend or something like that. I can't remember, but yeah, it was like, I think it was a monthly stipend. But I would, every time I would give her something to do, I would do it. So therefore, she was like, "You're taking the task you just assigned to me, and you're doing it," because I'm like, I could do it faster, but I was still paying her. And this, she was like, "No, you ain't ready." So therefore, now that I understand the benefit and what they can do, I want you to make sure you hire help. And here's what I want you to do: think about what it is that you can take off of your plate and bring somebody on to do. Now, you don't have to go all out and get a 40 an hour person or anything like that, because I have Ian and he works with me full time. You don't have to have an Ian like that at this point. Ian started off with me with 10 hours a week. And as things picked up and I saw the capacity of it, a capability of what it is, he basically spoiled me. So I'm like, oh, I can't go back to not having help at all. So think about, what can you do? Even if it's only 5 hours, what can you get back in your day with just 5 hours of paying somebody to help you? That's doable. And here's how you get the money from that. You don't necessarily have to go into your price of where it is. I helped one of my friends who was in a total different business. I said, "Girl, you need a housekeeper." She had a like a 2 or 3 year old that she had just had a brand new baby, and she trying to run this business and all stuff. I said, "No, girl, you a housekeeper." And she said, "Well, I can't afford a housekeeper." I broke it down to her on how she could. She said, "Girl, that is just like," didn't even think about that. But of course, she has mom brain, so she didn't think about it. But think about, how many clients do I get in a month? How can I add on the cost of that to my packages, to my services? So it's not something that's taken deducting out of it, because a lot of people say, "I can't afford it." I just say, a lot of people say it. I used to say it. "I can't afford it. I'm making just enough for this and this and that." That's before I was really business minded. But yeah, doing this and that. No, I started thinking that, okay, how can I do this, and how is helping me earn more money? My staff at this time helps me to earn more. So don't be afraid of it, but just kind of tiptoe in and say, okay, I could do 5 hours here. Or what, you know what? Sometimes it could be just a matter of 3 hours. Can I hire somebody 3 hours a week to manage my emails? That is a lifesaver right there. And then thinking about, okay, what can I do? Can I get somebody just to send out the invoices? Can I get somebody just to post my stuff for me on social media? So stop thinking that you can do it quickly, but when you do, you still take an additional time when you can hire somebody to do it. And then you would efficiently delegate. And I'm laughing because I didn't do that. So you want to efficiently delegate to someone to make sure that they are doing it, telling them exactly what you expect. Don't assume. Oh gosh, I've done that too. You want to make sure you are clear in your instructions and not just give them a task and basically say, "Good luck." No, you have to tell them exactly what you want down to the letter until they get used to you. Like for Ian, he basically knows me now. But before that, I had to be very explicit, and if I wasn't, he would come back to me. And sometimes he still do that. So Ian, if you won't hear, I know you still sometimes gotta ask me questions. But anyway, you want to make sure that you're doing a better job of explaining what it is you want. So start off small, hire help. Those couple of hours, you could better be doing something else like client calls. You could be doing that if you can't afford a full-on salesperson. If that's what you could do to get more business in, do that and get that administrative stuff to somebody else. Sometimes administrative stuff is just the busyness in business. We like, okay, we're busy, but we're in business. We busy, we in business. No, you don't want to do that. So take that off of your plate, find somebody, and just keep adding on. And here's the thing: if you can find someone like a mom who's staying at home who needs some extra cash, or sometimes I see it in our group that somebody's looking to, offer their services. Think about, well, what can I do? How can I afford them? And then trust me, if a lot of you all looking at this, you all almost can get together and hire one person and y'all all share the same person and making that person say, you know what, I work for the Society of Elite Resume Writers and Coaches. This business gives me 2 hours a week. This person gives me 3 hours a week. And by the time you know it, that person has a full time gig and they're so entrenched with what we do that they know how to serve us. I met a lady at a one of the conferences. She was an actual wife of a resume writer, and she was talking about all these different things. And I on the spot organized the whole business case for her. And she said, OMG. I said, yeah, all you got to do is do it. I said, if you do that and you sell your services to the group, trust me, you will be busy. And she is. So, yeah, anyway, so that's what can happen. So you do that, then you start, building your team as you grow. But I'm telling you, the couple hours a week will give you back your time. I wished I would have did it sooner. So that's number two, hire help. Number three, know your numbers. Y'all, I did not know my numbers. When I went through the 10KSB program, the 10,000 small business, Goldman Sachs, my books were jacked up. And at that point, I was in business for, this was back in, what is this, 2022 years ago? Business, going through the program, still, I hadn't made it to eighth year yet, but 7 years. And here's my form of bookkeeping. Oh, I see all these reconciliation tasks. Let me just get rid of them. Click, click, click. Nothing was in the right category. And I had a bookkeeper, but not an accountant. I have an accountant slash bookkeeper now. But I had a bookkeeper, and the bookkeeper was just keeping the books based on what I was giving her. So she was keeping raggedy books based on the raggedy input that I put on the doggone system. So therefore, and again, I was also taking work back from her because I just didn't like seeing stuff undone. And if she couldn't get to it, I'm like, I'm just gonna click on it. I didn't know I was messing up everything. But oh my gosh. But during that program, I went back and cleaned up as far back as I started tracking. Because I didn't track when I was getting my nails, my pedicure and manicure. I'm just laughing about this is so funny how your business journey starts. Anyway, so I'm sitting up here. Oh, I had to go back literally 5+ years and clean up my books. And I just basically stopped doing business during that whole program. I think I made little bitty heart of any money. I said I cannot bring another dime in this business until I get my books right. And I worked with my business coach that was there. He gave me some templates and stuff like that. And I painstakingly went through all of that. It took me 6 to 8 months to clean out my books. But baby, you can't tell me nothing now. I can go get a loan when I want to get a loan. I can get my certifications as a woman owned business. I got all my stuff. It's so beautiful and so pretty. But I learned that lesson. If you're not keeping good books today, do it. Don't have to go back and clean up 5+ years of books. And then guess what? When you clean up and you have the right kind of financials, you can make better decisions. Because one of the things that was illuminating to me is that I was spending so much money on appsumo.com. That I'm still laughing, y'all. I gotta laugh at myself. I was keeping them in business. Every time some new technology came out that I thought was gonna make my life so much better. Oh boy, I was AppSumo's one of the number one customers. And y'all, I literally got pages and pages of apps that I purchased for them. And my second highest thing that I paid too many miscellaneous things to Fiverr. I would think of a project and just go on Fiverr and just pay it and never use nothing that they did for me. So that opened my eyes. So now I am very intentional. If I need a Fiverr for an off project that my staff can't do for me, it has to be something that they cannot do before I do it. And the app Sumo, if I buy anything, it has to help me earn more money. Yeah, so know your numbers so you can make strategic decisions in your business and it will open up your eyes on where you're spending money. It wasn't even that I was spending money on a bunch of manicures and pedicures. No, I was spending money on crap. So, no, don't do that. So, know your numbers. Number four. Now, this is one I'm going to talk to people who are still working full time. So, this, because again, I am a full time corporate leader as well as a business owner. As I am preparing myself to roll off, and I just happen to have the privilege of being 55 where I can retire, and my company is one of the, I'm privileged to work for a company that still has a pension, so I know my situation is different than everybody else's. But I want you to think about, before you follow all the shiny things and stuff like that, save your salary, gross salary, before going into your business full time. Now, why do I say that? It will help you not run back to getting a full time job. Put that money in the bank. So when you get your money, that's why you need to know your numbers. Where are you spending your money? So being able to stop spending money on things that you should not be spending on, that's not something that you need. Put that money into a high yield savings account. Yes, high yield savings account. And keep adding to it. And work your job, live off of your salary, and only run your business with that. And then with the goal of funding your salary through your business. So here's what will happen. If you have your salary in the bank before you leave, now when I say gross, now you know you don't take your gross home, right? You got the taxes and you got all this kind of stuff. That gives you additional cushion, because if you think about your gross amount and then your net amount, you don't want to be, that skimmy. Because some people think, and oh, I'm just going to save a 3 to 6 month worth of expenses. No, save up a year of your gross salary. That should carry you a good 2 years if you strategically get with the right bookkeeper and accountant, so you don't have to run back to corporate America. Then you set your salary and start paying yourself once you go full time. And you have that cushion. So when you have an up month, you got that salary in the bank, baby. And you can say, okay, I'm paying myself. Here's the check I'm writing to myself because I got it already in the bank, earning interest, high yield interest. So you do that. And then when the business is up, then you don't have to worry about it. Then you take your salary and then you put the extra back into your savings account. Please make sure you do that. I have seen this, I've read stories, and I have seen people go full time because I'm just tired of this place. I'm tired of that. Sometimes it's stressful, more stressful leaving that toxic environment because you sick of those people and you have money in the bank. It makes the transition so much better. I am saving, yes, my corporate leadership salary in the bank before I leave my nice salary. It's in right now accumulating high interest, because when I roll off next year, I'm going to have that, and my business is doing quite well as well. So therefore, there's no need. So think about, how can I put in a savings, deny myself all this unnecessary stuff, keep all your stuff simple, and save your salary. So I'm speaking to those people who are working full time and running their business on the side. Do not jump out there unless you win some kind of lottery, or you got, some people say, well, I have a spouse that would support me. Yeah, that's fine. Divorces happen, arguments happen. Take care of yourself. That's all I'm trying to say. And this is coming from a senior pastor's wife. Okay, anyway. So therefore, I ain't going nowhere, but I'm just telling you what I'm telling you. So make sure you do that. And here's my number 5 thing. And this is from my own personal experience of having that major fall, y'all, where it took me out of the game. And y'all didn't even hear it from me in the group because I was broke up. When I fell down those stairs 1 year ago during Labor Day, and I'm going to tell you all the injuries. I broke my foot off the tibia. Yes, I broke my tibia like a tree branch. I fractured my fibula. I fractured the bone behind the fibula. I fractured my knee, and I crushed my ankle. It was fractured in 3 places. They literally had to put me back together again like Humpty Dumpty with the rod. I had screws. I think I showed you, Corinne. Now maybe I didn't get a chance to show, but how they just literally sewed me up. I had stitches and staples and all kinds of stuff just to kind of put me back together again. And because of that healing process, I could not work. I could not work my business. I could not even work my corporate job, but I could not work my business. So therefore, and that's another conversation about having a continuity plan that if my friend was on here, she'd be getting on me about. So that's a whole another subject. But I could not do my business because, number one, I was taking a lot of medicine that kept me basically under the influence. and I was sleeping a lot. So I lost a lot of business for several months because I was trying to heal. Now, here was the saving grace for me. My corporate job. My corporate job provided short term disability at 100% of my salary. So guess what? My bills still got paid because I don't use my business, for my living. My corporate salary does that. So therefore, I didn't miss a beat when it came down to that. I was sad I lost some clients, but I said that's okay. I can build that back up like any business, right? But that's what it is. So get insurance. First of all, get you some health insurance. Look for plans that you can get in part of so you can have your health taken care of. Because if you lose your health, you have nothing else, right? So get you some health insurance. Then get you some income insurance. To if you're especially for those of you who either don't have short-term disability at your job or they only pay 70% because my company did reduce it. I'm an old head. I've been there a long time, so I was able to get 100%, but people behind me only get 70%. So you need something to gap. They talk about Aflac, right? Think about Aflac. Go somewhere and find you some income insurance because you never know when it's your time that you would need that. Okay. Then you want to get business insurance. And I need to bring my husband on here because he sells this stuff. My husband is an insurance man. We both been in insurance forever. So anyway, he sells insurance, and I think he a part of this group too. I need to tag him, honey. You on here? You usually see the stuff. I don't know how he got a part of the group. He's not a resume writer. Well, anyway, I see him tagging. So I was like, how did my husband get a part of this group? Well, anyway, I may have to kick him out. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, he does that insurance. So make sure you're taking care of your health, you're taking care of your business, and you're taking care of your income. Because if you don't have these in place, you can suffer greatly. Because if I hadn't have my salary being paid to me without missing a beat for the 4 months I was off. And I remember I had another surgery for my shoulder, which was another fall. I fall a lot. Anyway, 6 months, didn't miss a beat. 100%. Look into getting you some insurance so you can take care of your health because your health is your wealth. Get your business so you can protect yourself from anybody coming against your business. It can go from defamation and all that kind of stuff. People can get on Google and talk about you like a dog and it's not even true. All these things, you want to have that kind of insurance in place to protect yourself. God forbid, I have not had any of those things. But that income insurance, I can tell you, one of the ladies I met through the 10KSP program, she's developing a program and applying for an actual grant. And part of that grant is going to pay me to come in and tell my story and show my pictures on how small businesses need to take care of themselves. Because I was just even telling the people that was in my 10KSB who left their job and they struggling, they doing this business, they just gonna stick with it, which I'm glad about. No shade there. But it's like they didn't when they heard my story, it caused them to pause and think. They're like, I need your husband's information because they didn't think about it. Nobody does. I didn't think I was who would ever thought that I would fall down the stairs and have something major like that while I'm laying up in the trauma unit for 9 days. I'm in a wheelchair. I'm on not the crutches, walker. Then went to the rollator. Then went to a cane, and I'm better now. I wobble, but not too much. Kareem, you can attest to that. But my knee still gives out. That's a long journey. And so you want to make sure that you have good insurance to take care of that. That bill, just for me being in the hospital, was $350,000. Now, if you don't have good health insurance, you got to have that. So these are the things that I have learned. I have learned so many other things as well, but I'm just wanted to give you these top ones so it could be top of mind for you so you can protect yourself. Yep. Yes. Yeah, Kareem, we were too easy. Do you know I'm on that email list with the barbecue and I'm mad because I can't get to them? We were too busy eating barbecue. Oh, yes, that was so good. And did I tell you, Kareem, that we went back? My friends, I took my friends from the college. We went back there all, and some of them lived there, didn't even know about it. Like, how did y'all not know about this? It was good. And I got the wings. Woo! And I got me some burnt ends. Yeah, anyway. Right. Oh yeah, that's right. Don't let anybody take a advantage of you. And yeah, Nairobi did that at the beginning. I did too because I didn't know. I wasn't really even trying to be in business. I was a corporate head. I was climbing a corporate ladder. I wasn't talking about no business. I was just getting some extra money for my manicure and pedicure. That's all I was doing. But now this whole thing now big time. Say, around what amount of revenue or sales did you start delegating? Oh, that's a good question. I wished now here the thing is, Kareem, I wished I would have did it sooner. Again, it's not about how your revenue is, how you're pricing it. So if you have a $500 package and you need to hire somebody who probably charge maybe what's the average of $15 per hour, I would add to that package 3 of those hours, so you can add make maybe 550. Start charging 550. I told my friend to do that. I said, girl, based on this, all you gotta do is add this for your house cleaner over your packages and you'll pay for your house cleaner. Stop talking about you ain't got no money. She said, you're right. She raised her prices to accommodate her house keeper. So it's not about the revenue. It's about how do you price it so you get that help so you can increase your revenue. So I don't want you to get caught up in numbers saying that I got to have at least $50,000 in a year. No, you don't. Think about. I don't care if you're. Well, I do care. If you're charging $250, I'm gonna be mad at anybody listening to this. Anyway, but if your average package is $650, $750, it's not going to be much different than you add another $30 to that package and just think about how many you sell. That's your price. Don't take out of what you're earning already. Go to your rates. Think about how much can you afford for what type of virtual assistant, how many hours, then you add that to your products. Does that make sense, Kareem? Because for me, part time, I've been making over 6 figures in my business consistently for the last 3 years now, part time. So yeah, and I think I'm gonna go well over that this year too. And I save a ton of that, put it right in the bank. Yeah. So okay, good. Okay, so does that make sense? Was that helpful, y'all? Try to get on here for a quick 30 minutes, clown, but tell y'all some ti truths as well. Does that help at all? And would you all want my husband to come on here and talk about the insurance? Not that he can't really sell insurance to everybody. He's licensed only in Texas and stuff, but he can at least give you the information so that you can get the help that you need. Okay, so I can have him come on and talk to y'all about it. Like one of my friends wanted him to help her with insurance in California. He said it will cost me way too much to get a license in California to sell you one policy. So, but he has the knowledge to help. So I can bring him on to, talk about that. But I want y'all to really protect yourself. Save that money. Have your cush fund. Forget that 3 to 6 months expenses. No, I'm hardcore. Save your salary. And I even taught, I wonder if he's a part of this group. I need to invite Rob to this group. He's the director at my company, and he's a new coach. And he was, we were talking. I said, no, sir, you do not leave this company until you have 100% of your salary in the bank. He said, yeah, that's what I was thinking. He said, my wife was saying 6 months. I said, no, tell your wife to call me. I will be happy to talk to her. No. And I said, you make more than me. So you know what you can do. Save that money. He was cracking up. He said, yes, ma'am. He younger than me, but yeah, yeah. He makes more than me because he's a director. So therefore, that's it. That's what I wanted to tell y'all. So hopefully this, yes, please. Okay, yeah. So I have him invite him on because again, he part of this group. I'm like, how did he get in part of this group? I don't remember inviting him to this group. But anyway, so I will bring him on so he can give y'all some information because it's very important to make sure that you have the insurances you need. And again, go back to your packages, or you can even add another service to cover that expense. Trust me, it'll pay off. You do not want to be down 4 to 6 months with no income because you can't do your business. You don't want to not have health insurance. You don't want to not have help to help you run your business, even if it starts off small. And when I got bit by that bug, oh my gosh, I don't think I can go back because it frees me up to do so many other things. Even just this month, I hope y'all having a good National Update Your Resume month because my everything has basically doubled for the last month. Well, it started getting better last month. It was not really good at all in July, but I have done quite well, and I got 2 more in the pipeline. So I'm gonna probably over exceed what I'm my goal for this month. So hopefully y'all are doing well on that too. So with that, I'll just say that's good practice. Yes, Stacy, that is. Yep. Okay, good. That's all I have for you all. I will let you all go. Virtual hugs to all of y'all. And y'all see my wisdom streaks coming in. I keep talking about it. I did new photos yesterday, which shows my wisdom streaks as I grow this hair out. So hopefully goes salt and pepper soon. But I did new photos, so I can't wait to showcase those. All right. Hopefully this was helpful for y'all. Okay. Bye, y'all. Have a great evening. Talk to y'all soon.